Greetings and salutations, this is Johnny Mac, Rock and Metal Plus. Do a different video this time. If you're new here, obviously, don't forget to like, subscribe, all the usual YouTubey crappy. Right, so, just recently watched a 8-part series done by Marc G with a C about his collection of UK thrash albums. I thought, what a cracking idea, and it's really good, it's awesome. I'll link it down below. A lot of the bands on there I'd forgotten about, because I grew up around the time when all the thrash music was coming out in the UK. Went to see a lot of them live and just brought back some memories, some bands. I thought, God, I haven't thought of that band for, well, a long time. So I was going to do a bit of a response myself. I thought I'll have a look through my collection. It's not quite as big as it used to be after I'd made problems with the garage. But yeah, so I thought I'll have a go myself. And then I noticed old Metal Mickey knocked out a 2-minute one, which I suppose isn't bad going for this age, which he just flipped through all his CDs and stuff, and I thought that was really cool. So my plan is to do something in between that. It won't be 8 lots of sort of 15-20 minutes or whatever, and I won't go through them because a lot of the stuff is exactly the same as Marc G with the C. He's just got an awesome collection, but mine's, a lot of it's the same as some of them, you know, some of the two guys, but mine's, some of it's slightly different. So anyway, I'm waffling. So yeah, UK thrash. Let's start with A. So we got this is obviously Acid Rain. You have to go first. This is the anthology. It's basically got Moshkinstein, The Fear, Obnoxious, a couple of 12-inch singles, and then a couple of stuff when they came back. So you got to say Moshkinstein, The Fear, Obnoxious, and then a 4th disc of bonus material. And it's really good. It's also got a lot of the B-sides and all that kind of thing. It's excellent. Acid Rain wise, I've also got The Fear, which is quite cool. First band I went to see after lockdown was in fact Acid Rain. So this is the yellow vinyl version, and you can see there's a signature there. I got H to sign it for me, which is cool. I was chatting to him afterwards and I thought I'd buy this. He said, "You're buying it?" I said, "Oh, I'll buy that album if you sign it for me." So he did, which is cool. Talking of Acid Rain, should have lost it in there. There's the 12-inch single, which Mark said most people show, but he didn't have himself, so I've got it. Hanging on the Telephone, Motherly Love, and the wonderful Warriors of Genghis Khan. Bad News song, Live at the Astoria. And talking of Acid Rain, don't know if you can see this, but back in the day when Kerrang used to put stuff out, there's a Kerrang flexi disc. Yes, I am that old. On one side it had a live version of Testament's Greenhouse Effect live, and on the other side we've got Acid Rain Blind Aggression Live at the Astoria, which is probably on that. I can't be arsed looking. So yeah, that's quite cool. My Acid Rain story. Hang on a second. Yeah, I didn't collect this all that well. Just what alphabetical order do things go in? Oh yeah, so right, story. When Acid Rain played Wrexham, as most of the thrash bands did back in the day, they did a signing at the local record store. I was only a teenager, so I was a bit skint. I was in there and I bought this, which is the Price Killers Lone Runner, the master, no, not the master, just the issue of Carnival Retaliation. It's all I could afford with my hard-earned money. So they were all signing copies of Obnoxious. I said, any chance you could sign my Carnival CD? So H signed it for me. Good CD with the old UK Apple Tour, which is quite cool. So there you go. Sad story. And the latest album, which is absolutely brilliant. It's back to the old stuff. In fact, well, it's actually better than the old stuff, if I'm honest, in that it's better produced, it's better played. He's got a really tight band, and they were awesome live, really cool. First time I've seen a H is like mad as a box of frogs, and the first time I've seen a singer run out into the audience, go into the bloke's bogs, have a chat to someone having a pee, and then go back out again while he'd carry on singing. So there you go. Indeed. Right, next up, I wasn't sure if I should put these in or not, but I'm going to, because I don't know where else I'll put them. Another UK band. This is Bomb Disneyland. Talking sort of 89. They were around a little bit like sort of Cerebral Fix, in that they were sort of started off thrashy, a little bit of crusty grindcore in there, but you know, a little bit of punk. But like, they're pretty thrashy. So yeah, that's the first album. That is an actual sticker of a cat on there, because it did have, as you can just see on the hat there, the logo was Mickey Mouse with sort of Hell's Angel wings behind it, but apparently Walt Disney didn't like that, so they had to get rid of it. And then for the next album, they had to change the name to Bomb Everything. So there you go. Awesome band. I think one of the dudes was quite local to here. He lived in Buckley, so there you go. Very cool. Worth checking out. The third album, I did have a third album on cassette, and I had the t-shirt of it. Don't seem to have either of them anymore. There you go. Shit happens. So when you have a house when you're young and people come and go. Yeah, so the third album, All Powerful Fluid, I think it's called, is a little bit more industrial. They started to move that sort of way. So I guess, I don't know, like maybe Fudge Tunnel and them sort of stuff. Right, I mentioned Cerebral Fix before. First Cerebral Fix album, absolute banger. And I love on the top there, if it'll zoom in, you can see it. It says, now that's what I call thrash #1. So there you go. Next up, one that Marc G with a C showed. He had the CD copy of it. I'm lucky enough to have the vinyl. Scotland's Drunken State. Very cool. He was on about the artwork. It's actually, as it says there, S. Bisley. It's Simon Bisley. He did the 2000 AD stuff. And if I was more organised again, I'd show you. I've got. He did the Horn God, Slaying the Horn God stuff, and he also did the Judge Dredd versus Batman graphic novels. I've got them over there because I've prepared them for this, but I haven't got them out. I can't be arsed now. I don't want to move the game. I'm getting old. Evil. This is the latest one. Newer UK thrash band, very good. This album's excellent. Next up, I'm going to do a couple of bands. I'm not sure if they actually class as being thrash, but they're very heavy metal. Yeah, I think Heavy Sentence, new UK band. I think they're from the Manchester area. Very cool. I love the old style. It almost looks like a Sleep Effects type album. Yeah, I got it on CD as well. They're, as I said, they're almost heavy metal-y and thrashy. Another one who definitely thrash. Some people call them black and thrash because the vocals are quite black metal-y, but the music is pure fucking thrash, and that's Scotland's Hellripper. This album is a banger. Get hold of it if you can. I think it came out last year. Fair the Poisons? Something like that? Yeah, Fair the Poisons. Brilliant stuff. Really good. Yeah, Hellripper. Single dude from Scotland. I've made some notes, I could tell you his name. So in here. Probably, but I can't see it. Right, next up, one of my favourite UK thrash bands, crikey, More Death. Excellent stuff. We love a bit of More Death. That's their first album. This is the second album, which is the Return of the Bozo Killer Clowns of Death or shit, something like that. I don't know. Not as good as the first one anyway. Now, when Mark did his, he said he was aware that they did a split with Metal Duck, which he didn't have. I have. There you go. One more Death side, Metal Duck side. Brilliant. I also picked it up on CD because I'm a dick. But this is awesome because it's got the actual album, but it's got loads of, it's got all the, this is on Boss Tunage, which I think is the same as the, so it's really cool. It's got, you know, because it's a they make all that stuff. There's loads of pictures of the bands and Kerrang interviews and shit. So this is, as I said, it's got the Metal Duck and the Lawnmower Death album, and loads of the other early demos and stuff. So it's well worth picking up if you can get hold of it. Talking of the duck that is metal, we have Metal Duck, the album, which is also on Boss Tunage. Quite cool. What comes after them? Probably S, isn't it? Right, let me get that. Where did that go? Wait a second, guys. Right, S, yes, so obviously that just got to be Sabbath, hasn't it? This is the time to come. We favour the best one. This isn't, I don't think this is the original one. Oh no, it's not the original one. Look at that. That's not a proper noise bloody logo, is it, for God's sake? That's not original. Anyway. Dreamweaver. This is expanded version, that's what they call it. It's got some extra tracks on it, which is quite cool. It's really good because it's also, because it's like afterwards it's got all the lyrics and stuff, but it's like the history of the how they got to be in the album and what it was like recording it and all that sort of stuff, which is awesome. I said obviously everybody that knows UK Thrash knows the wonderful Sabbath, and they probably know that this album's a bit shit. But yeah, this is great. Look, original noise one. The only one I've got original, and it's the that one, typically. There you go. Yeah, it's the third Sabbath album. On Mark's last video, he said that he only had one Venom album, and it was black metal, and it was the issue. Look, so have I. It's the only one I've got as well. Snap. So yeah, it's Venom. It's black metal. It's got extra stuff on it, and it's, yeah. Now then, as I said, I'm missing so much out of my collection. Oh, I don't know if I told it before, the garage story. Yeah, 20 years ago moved into this house, had a stack of, 300 or so original vinyl from 80s, 90s, 70s. I didn't have a record player, nobody cared about vinyl back then. Start of the 2000s, I certainly didn't. Shoved it in the garage, left it there 15 years. Half of it was absolutely knackered, hence why you see some of them that the Bomb Disneyland album, look at the bottom, the damage at the bottom, that is damp. I tried to get other albums that were stuck to it, so unfortunately the majority of my thrash albums got knackered, including the animated albums and all that sort of stuff, and worst, I had a created terrible certainty in red vinyl, unsalvageable. I was gutted. Anyway, finally, I'm afraid that it's not got that many. The one and only Zentrix. I thought this was an original copy, I must admit, but it looks different to Mark's. I said it's on Road Racer. I don't know if it's like maybe an American version or something, because this has like a flame around it, but it seems, I hope it's not a dodgy copy. I'd be all pissed off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've had it for bloody years, so I thought it was kind of originally. I don't know. Very odd. I said I'm sure somebody that knows their shit more than I do will tell me if it is a copy, but yeah, but I've got it, so, and it's great, and we love it. One of the best UK thrash albums, probably. I got Cruise Advantage as well. Presume this is original, looks the same as Mark's. I know it's got a different jewel case, but that's because it got knackered. I'd swap it. I've also got, I think it's the third one, is it? I can't remember if he said Kin. Now this is a weird one because it's a cross between the proper one and the dodgy one, because it's got 10 tracks on it, which is great. Picture band, CD, 10 tracks, great. But the booklet-y thing, if you read the back, it's the same as the dodgy one that Mark had, and this goes on about tracks 10, 11 and up to 13, but they're certainly not on here, so I don't know if someone's mixed them up in the bloody shop, someone's had one and they'd knackered up the thing, so to sell it as a proper one, I don't bloody know. Excuse them well. And finally I've got Scourge, which is the one of the other Dentrix ones. It's not quite as good, to be honest, but I haven't got the newest one. But also I showed you the Kerrang Flexi. Here's a Metal Hammer EP, which as well as Little Angels, The Almighty and Vain, you have Zentrix. Yay! Boy, Zentrix. Because it was, we got, oh, No Compromise, there you go. So yeah, that'll do me. So yeah, not as much as I'd like, but there you go. Anyway, and in the background I'm trying something different. I usually just put I just put some sort of, not proper, I just have a CD I've got of just sampley, dancey sort of crap in the background, but I've actually got some UK Thrash on, and that is The Animator and Laughing. So there you go. So I'm on that tour. I remember they had all the, so I think they might have done a signing. I remember seeing all the covers of the smiley, laughing, multicoloured thing in the record shop. Anyway, right, that's probably me done. I've waffled on for too much, but it's in between the 8 full episodes and 2-minute flicking through CD, so there you go, I'm done. Anyway, you take care, laters.